As we reported earlier, a federal judge has issued a temporary restraining order and has ruled that an Ohio Secretary of State, Jennifer Brunner, is breaking federal law, not taking enough steps to prevent voter fraud. The Secretary of State is appealing the decision and says in a statement, in part, "My office will do everything within its power to ensure that the state's 88 county boards of elections can continue to allow early voting to proceed uninterrupted and to assist them with their preparation to ensure a smooth election for the voters of Ohio." We have invited the Secretary of State or someone from her office to comment on this latest development, and our request has been denied. And moments ago, though, we did speak to Secretary of State Jennifer Brunner. We had asked her if she has any information that there is voter fraud happening in Ohio.
There are a number of basically allegations that don't have any evidence to support them. There's much more conjecture than anything else. We have a great number of procedures in our law that would prevent voter fraud in Ohio, but I think that some people are alarmed because we've had record numbers of people register to vote, and it tends to be the argument either voter suppression or voter fraud, depending upon which political party is pushing that issue.
So right now, at least, I mean, if you heard anyone come to you and say, look, we think people are being registered to vote who shouldn't be registered to vote for whatever reasons, whether it's multiple times they've been registered or registering under false names, anything, you have none of that on your plate as Secretary of State, and if you did, you'd go out and investigate it.
That's correct. I'm a former judge. I handled criminal cases here in Franklin County, and we take those allegations very seriously because those are felonies. We would prosecute. Secretary of State doesn't itself prosecute. We would refer it either to the Attorney General or to a local county prosecutor.
I talked to Joe Weasel of Palestra a little while ago, and it's a student journalism organization, and it's one that Fox News Channel has a financial interest in and has a real ongoing relationship for, because the students have reported for us and for others. But he said that two of his students were down looking at the voter registration and investigating whether or not there was voter registration fraud, and he said that today they received a call from your office from someone who they think was the director of communications, accusing them of shoddy journalism and being a mouthpiece of the Republican Party because they were reporting on voter registration irregularities. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't know anything about that, and I have regular communication with the folks on my communications staff.
We're hearing that people are saying that, I know Palestra is complaining, at least has made, I shouldn't use the word complaining, but at least has brought to the attention some voting issues. I believe, and I know that up in Cuyahoga County that there's some sort of suggestion that these are just rumblings, which is not evidence. And I'm just trying to make sure, since we're under the wire, we've only got until November 4th, that you would vigilantly investigate anything that came to your office.
Yes, because in addition to being Secretary of State, I am an attorney, I am a former judge, and I'm an officer of the court. And I will seek to uphold the law in all situations. These rumblings that you're hearing, it's quite interesting. Our office is being barraged by numerous tens, dozens, hundreds of phone calls. In addition, people close to me who do not work in the Secretary of State's office are getting calls from random callers about one issue after another concerning voter fraud, even at 2 in the morning. So there is a concentrated effort going on out there to try to build the noise that you're discussing. And it's unfortunate because if we can find a specific allegation, we'll deal with it directly. But again, this creating fear in the minds of law-abiding citizens that somehow their vote is not going to count or that it's going to be diluted is a huge disservice to the voters of Ohio and to the rest of the country.
After we conducted this interview with the Secretary of State in Ohio, we received a complaint from the Secretary's office about the interview. Now, we've posted on Greta Wire a statement, a letter from them, because we want to make sure you read it and leave any comments that you have. So go to GretaWire.com, and it is posted, the letter of complaint from the Secretary's office.